Today I'm going to be replacing a seal in the for the output here. As you can see, it's quite dirty. When you use this thing, oil leaks out from up here from the final drive and gets all over the rim, and it looks gross, and have to add about every couple of days. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is jack this bad boy up. Get it off the ground. Then we'll put a jack stand under it. I got a 7/8 on here, we'll take that off, a tire. Then we got this bolt here. I think that just kind of holds everything together. Alright. Now I think we can take out those two bolts. Alright, so there is a retaining ring on the back side right there. That retaining ring is going to have to come off, then the shaft should slide out. There. Only took about half an hour. Now we should be able to support the gear here, and then we should be able to pull that shaft out that way. Now we need to get this bearing off the shaft so we can replace this wheel seal here. So we're just going to take a chisel. Just kind of see if we can get it to move over. Alright, then we got the bearing off. And we got the seal. When you go to put your new seal on, you're going to want to make sure there's a lip that kind of faces one direction on this. Kind of want to make sure that the lip faces in towards the inside of the tractor. So then you're going to want to get some oil and get everything all nice and lubed up. There we go. Now an easier way to get this bearing on would be to put it in like a little oven and heat it up, get some leather gloves, and then it'll just go right on. My wife would never let me do that, so that's why I had to beat it on. Okay. Now you want to make sure you take your snap ring and put that up on the shaft. Alright, so make sure we have a good sealer on that that oil seal. We're just going to take some RTV, put it around, seal up the outside. You want to make sure you don't put too much though. Just enough to make sure it won't go anywhere. So when you're tightening up your bolt back here, you want to make sure you spin this as you're tightening it, so that way it doesn't get stuck. Allows everything to kind of roll. Which I already got this tight. And there's no free play at all, so that's good. And so now we got to get the snap ring put back on to hold that bull gear in place. Good. There we go. So you can see if you got it in there by wiggling it and see if it'll push that snap ring back, which in this case it doesn't. And we're just going to spin it, make sure it's seated all the way around. Which in this case looks pretty good. So now what we're going to want to do is clean the mating surfaces for the cover, and I don't have another gasket to use, so I'm just going to use some RTV and see if that'll make the seal. There we go. Now all you have to do is add some oil up to that fill plug there and throw the tire on, and this one is done.